Hello everyone, welcome to the review. Manchester United 3, Reading 1. Very controlled, mature performance from the lads. First we start off with Carlos, Enrique, Casemiro, Curvamiro, Chipamiro. We're running out of fucking names for the man. Absolute top talent. And the Brazilians ran riot today. Casemiro with 2 goals and Fred with a very Ronaldinho-like flick to seal it with a third. We're through to the next round. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's start off with the game overall itself. Sam, welcome to the review. What was your assessment of that performance?
Yeah, controlled, totally in control, dominant the entire game. Probably should have put it to bed in the first half.
Yeah,
a bunch of chances that we probably should have betted, scored. Came out second half, and as soon as that first offside goal went in, I was like, okay, right, we're gonna dominate this game and we're gonna smash through him. And then came on. Casemiro, apparently he's a striker now. Who knew that? He's not only one of the best passers in the world, one of the most defensive midfielders in the world. He's now scoring goals,
finishing,
and he's trying for hat tricks apparently.
Yeah.
Which who knew he could do that? So he's played centre back, he's played DM, and now he's trying for hat tricks. He's trying to take Haaland's job. So absolutely fantastic. Anthony, much improved performance. I thought one of the better performances in the team, and Fred with a flick behind back heel goal. That guy is Mr. 50-50 every fucking game, innit? You just don't know what's going to happen when he plays. It's insane.
He's been all right, actually, to be fair, as a super sub. It's actually not been too bad when he's come on. He does a nice job. We're going to get into the finer details, Adam, very shortly, all the goals, the decisions, and the individual performances. But overall, just the game itself, how did you feel about that?
Oh, just like complete and utter control. I didn't feel worried at any point. I know there's a few kind of groans around the ground, especially at half time. But I think I said it to you in the chat for the watch along. It's like, we're going to go out and we're going to put 3 in their net.
Yeah, you did. I can testify to that.
Scoring 3. Yeah. And it just felt like at certain points that we weren't really, I felt like we were in 4th gear, not 5th gear.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best way to probably describe it.
Nissan Micro Speed. It was just like coasting, and then Range Rover second half won it. 6th gear.
It's driving test, won it like beforehand. You just want to get through it, just pass the test, nothing stupid, nothing like crazy.
And then when you've
passed your test, and then you're like, right, fuck this, and you're throwing your arms around.
Yeah, no black box for us the second half anyway. I think that's fair to say.
And it's one of the few performances I think this season where we can say that nobody had a below par game. I think everybody had a really good game above their their average. So like, I'm really happy with the performance. It was kind of expected. It's Reading at the end of the day. We started a relatively strong team, other than I think it was just our probably second choice centre back pairing. That'd be probably the only difference. But look, happy days. We go on in the cup because I know we were asking the question at halftime, does it go to a replay, does it go to a shootout? We didn't actually quite know.
Yeah.
The thought to the cup.
Sorry, the thought of a replay was just like, oh god, it cannot be. The congestion that we've got, there's nowhere to put it in. Where's it gonna go? Like, you can't fucking. We've got a game every 3 days for the next like 60 days. So what, like, you're gonna play it in June as like a pre-season thing?
They'd have to like cancel one of the games that have been rescheduled, move that, and then put that. It's just like, for fuck's sake.
Nightmare, because I think the Leeds game's just been confirmed now for the 8th, I think it is, of February. So it's Leeds twice in a week. Like, it's mental. After this now, it's a bit mad. But I want to start off at the top with Casemiro. Is he the best signing post Fergie, do you think?
I mean, this season he's up there, isn't he? Like,
with the impact that he's had.
Again, we're running out of adjectives, superlatives, all sorts of phrases. I don't know what else to say about the guy, because every game he's just quality. His passing is fantastic. His interception is fantastic. His defensive mind, he knows when to make a foul, when not to make a foul. He can score goals. He seems like he gets it, and he's a football nerd. He said his most important thing right now is learning English so he can communicate with his teammates better. And it's just like, that's exactly what you want to hear, man.
He has that.
At the minute, he's just going, Buddha.
So he's just he's an
They're all a
absolute.
Harry Maguire.
I can't. When we started this channel, all I did every week, it felt like we need a defensive midfielder. That's all I said. I think every week I was just like, if we sorted that midfield out, we'd have a half decent team. And I didn't expect to get Casemiro because obviously he played for Real Madrid. I was like, why would he leave there? He's winning Champions Leagues. He's winning La Ligas. Yeah. He's playing with Cruz and Modric. Like, he's not gonna fucking leave, is he? And then we got him, and I'm like, oh, he's got to be. Real Madrid have sold him for a reason. He's got to be shit. Like, he's got to be injured, or he's just came for the money. Blah blah blah. I tried to stop it every single way, stop getting excited, but now every time I watch him, it's a fucking joy. It's an absolute joy to watch, and long may it continue. I'm just pissed off that we got him at 30, and we're only going to have him for a few years. We're not going to have him for like 10 years.
Can only imagine. He's already cementing a fucking statue in my eyes, mate. The way he's going on at the minute, honestly, he's one of the most well-rounded midfielders I think I've ever seen. Like, and anytime I watched Real Madrid, it was always Cruz and Modric who would take control of the ball. Casemiro would just be like Ten Hag described in the cement between the stones. But Adam, there was a lot of criticism before it from a lot of people in the chat on the TikTok and the YouTube saying he's gone very strong in this. I didn't think he needs to go that strong. Do you think it's kind of warranted now or justified because of how the performance went, do you think?
Looking at it, when you brought the kind of second string players on later in the second half, we ended up conceding the goal, picking up on the mark, and so maybe he was kind of proven right there. You never know. Hindsight's a great thing at the end of the day. But how I seen it, look, we're through, in my eyes, to the final in the Carabao Cup, and that's when you can rest players. That's when you can put a second string team together. And I think he goes strong today because it was either Arsenal or City that were gone. As we know, Arsenal are out of the cup now, and I think do Liverpool have Chelsea?
I'm not sure. I'd have to double check that. I'm not. To be honest, on the FA Cup, I'm not clued up because people were asking me in the chat, "Who do you think we'll get?" I said, "I don't even QPR. I don't have a fucking clue."
Managers are judged on trophies, so this is what Ten Hag's doing. He realised he can't win the league right now. It's like that's out of reach right now. But what he can do is win a trophy in his first season. So Carabao Cup, we're pretty much in the final. So FA Cup and Europa League, he's just going to play his strongest team for as long as possible because he wants to win. He wants to win trophies, and that cements his standing at Man United. It also gives him backing to be backed in the transfer market in the summer because he's done this with not everybody he wants. He's limited budget in January. He's had to get a loan, Vegas and stuff like that. And we've got terrible people in charge of the transfers as it is, so he's working with that tied behind his back. So if he can win a trophy in his first season, when the new owners come in, they're like, well, he's done this with all this shit going on. If we back him to the hill, he can win titles for us, he can win trebles, he can do blah, blah, all this sort of stuff. So that's how you cement yourself as a manager, winning trophies. That's it.
Is that sustainable though, Adam? You know, a lot of people are saying you're not going to get to the end of the year, keep playing your strong team. Like, I love seeing it because we're dominating games, we're winning games, but how long can you do that for, especially with the fixture congestion that's coming up now?
Yeah, at a certain point, you're kind of run into the ground. The team will run into the ground. We've seen it, especially with the World Cup mid-season, where many of our starting 11 actually made it relatively far into the Cup as well, the World Cup. It's not a sustainable kind of metric that you can go off. We've seen Liverpool last season do it. I know I keep ringing that bell, but it's the truth. And it did cost them at certain points. I think Jurgen Klopp probably should have prioritized other areas. Maybe like, you got to rest. I know he's shooting on all fronts for everything, but at the end of the day, European Cup final is probably the most important out of all the finals he made. And of course, they lost that.
Say it again.
I know they lost that, and I'm so happy they did. I got a punch as a result of a Liverpool fan.
They weren't convincing in the other finals either, were they? They had to take it to penalties to win those other finals. So it wasn't like they came into the game, dominated, and took the team apart. They had to go to penalties to win them. So
yeah, they've had signs of this decline has been coming. We've all know it was coming. They haven't actually. They've signed these players, but it just hasn't really worked out. And a lot of the time they've gone for the players because a rival team are going for them. Yeah. And look, it's not working out for them. But look, back to the point anyway. It isn't sustainable, and that's why I think Are we playing on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Is it or Wednesday
Uh,
again?
not Charlie.
Nottingham.
Nottingham. Yeah.
Mhm. That's when you rest the team, and then you go back into the weekend. The Premier League's up and running, isn't it? And
Crystal
they need a
Palace.
few days rest
Is
between
it
there and
Crystal
Barca.
Palace?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think he'll go
We
strong again
defend them.
on Wednesday just to
I
get
hope
through to
not.
make sure
I hope
he's
not.
in the final. Because the way he's done it today, I was either thinking, right, he either starts weak and then brings Rashford off the bench if he needs to, Casemiro off the bench if he needs to, and then does it like that and trust the younger players and the like kind of fringe players, or he goes really strong and then takes them off. And he did that. I think he's going to do the same again on Wednesday. I think he's going to start really strong and then half time bring them off.
I think Wednesday he goes with the fringe players. So I think you see Palestri start, Sancho start, or Garnacho, someone like that. Weghorst, I think, still stays in the team because is Martial still alive? Do we know?
No, he's a box of China plates at the minute,
like,
that lad.
God knows what's it. But I think we rest Rashford, Casemiro. I think we see McFred possibly next week. I think we see Maguire and Lindelof again. And I think we see Malacia. And is Dallo back yet? Is he still?
He was watching today when he was at the stadium watching.
Yeah. So maybe he gets a run out. Dave in the chat. Oh, let me just move your comment 1 second, mate. It's nice to see Man United dominating games. We should be dominating. That's the best thing Eric Ten Hag's rule so far, especially post World Cup. Yeah, very true. Yeah. Very true.
Adam, is there anything you wanted to add on to that? What we was discussing there?
Just on the is it sustainable for the rest of the season? Is it?
No, you already made a thing on my head's fried. I've been live for that long. My head's completely fried. You've already made your point on that. Excuse me. What I wanted to say actually was you mentioned Liverpool there and how it wasn't sustainable with them, and I want to stick with the theme of Liverpool, and I want to go into the events of what happened in the game. Darwin Núñez got sent off today. I don't know if any of you guys noticed. Slightly overweight, bit of a beard, training bra on. Not sure what was going on there. What do you think about the red card?
Was it a girdle? They want to train him. Was it a girdle? Just holding his gut.
It looked like it. Looked like a.
Did you see when he got sent off as well? And they were all chanting "You Scouse bastard" as he was walking off, and there was one kid just screaming "You Scouse bastard" at him. He was like 8 years old. This kid, and he's just going "You Scouse bastard."
Yeah, love it. I missed that.
Parenting. He's been brought up.
Exactly. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. If you're watching. Well done to the father or mother, whoever it is. So that was a sparkling event. Always nice to see an ex-bin dipper get sent off. The goals themselves. Let's go
from Casemiro.
It was what?
Sending off.
Yeah.
If you look at the replay in slow-mo, he turns and looks. He knows the challenge is coming. It's the challenge, and he knew he was getting sent off then. But that comes from experience in his age. He's done it for Real Madrid for years, and the guy is just we're running out of words to describe the fella.
He's unbelievable. What about the goals then? We'll start off. Obviously, it was the Chipamiro was the first one.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that? Lovely assist from Anthony, wasn't it, Sam?
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get into Anthony later.
Yeah, definitely.
But, a really good assist. And then, you just saw him eye it up and look like, is he going to do what I think? Yeah, he's straight through to Casemiro and just dinks it over the goalkeeper. That is a striker's finish, that, isn't it? Like, you've seen Rashford do that a few times. You've seen Martial do that a few times. Just on the end of a ball into 6-yard box. The keeper comes out, rushing out, dives for the ball, and you just over the top of him. Nice little finish.
Messi-like, dare I say. It was. Chipamiro. Again, we move on to the second goal, Adam. The finesse. Lovely, wasn't it? Did it take a deflection, by the way?
It looked like
it. Took a bit of a deflection, but it was on target, and the keeper wasn't probably going to save it more than likely. It was just really, really good placement at the end of the day. He's been credited the goal anyway, so all the credit goes to him. But I was actually on the phone to my mate at the time, and I was watching the game just up here, and I was like, he's hardly scored that. I thought it actually went wide at first and kind of behind the net. But no, it went in, and it was almost like a scene from, do you remember when Cantona kind of done the chip? He just kind of turns, he's like surprised it's gone in. He's kind of done that as well.
He just oozes class, doesn't he, Adam? Like, you just watch him, he's just like, I don't know,
we haven't had someone like this for a very, very long time where you can actually just say, yeah, this guy is just, probably the best in his position in the world. He is.
I think he is
the best defensive midfielder, I think, in the world. He is everything. The only position I think he couldn't really play his goalkeeper. He probably could play it at the end of the
Nah,
day.
I don't know. He probably could. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably could.
the
Yeah.
guy is complete. He's just complete, and we haven't had a complete midfielder in so long. He's a bully. He's defensive awareness, and then like he's attacking awareness too. He saw the space open up, and he actually turned the afterburners on and ran quite fast. He done a
Yeah.
strikers run. You wouldn't see the likes of McTominay doing that at all.
Mm.
And
Thing
that's,
is,
that's the difference.
he's well rounded to a point where like he can play like Scholes, but he's got the dogged side to him where he can play like Kante, but then he's got like the box to box side with him. I was gonna say like Gerrard. Then I'm not gonna use that analogy, but he's got the box to box side like a certain like a Bellingham, let's say for example. Like he's got everything in his game, and 2 goals stood out today just to show like how good he was.
The layoff as well. The layoff from Fred was a fucking really good layoff. Like Fred got the ball and he literally just saw Casemiro on his left hand side and was just like, "There you go, mate." Just little switch, and that was it. It's like absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, Fred deserves a shout out. And speaking of Fred, I'm sure you're gonna go. He's
got a goal and assist.
Yeah, perfect segue for us. Brazilian to Brazilian, running riot. What do you think about his goal when you first saw it, Sam? Do you think it was offside?
I didn't think it was offside when it happened. Like when I saw it, with the Rashford chance that was where Weghorst was offside, I could see that with him being offside. But I know Adam in the group chat was saying about consistency because the decision earlier is the exact same situation and it wasn't offside. So VAR at the minute is having an absolute nightmare. I don't understand what the rules are anymore because every time it's a different decision. So who knows? But yeah, I thought Fred was onside, and a fucking cheeky back heel finish from Fred. Like,
right, wasn't it? Yeah.
I wonder what the odds were in that, and like Paddy Power, somebody like Fred to finish a back heel, score a goal.
Yeah.
Like that must have been a few thousand to one, wasn't it? Jesus Christ. Really, really good goal. Was it Anthony with the assist again with that, or was it?
I don't know who took the corner. I'll get it up now.
No, was it?
Was Bruno still on the pitch at that time? I thought Bruno might have gone off.
I can't remember it, but
it was. I'll tell you, got the assist. 1, 2, 3. Where's the goal? Oh, Bruno. Yeah, it was Bruno Fernandes.
Okay,
you're
Bruno.
right.
But yeah, another good one for Bruno because he's what is it, like 14 goals or assists in his last like 16 games or something like that. So yeah, Bruno.
That's criticism that a lot of people actually had on him. He wasn't popping up with numbers like he actually done, whether it was a goal or an assist. But he done a lot for the team, and we've known that because we've watched the games. And that's why Ten Hag's been consistently starting him because of his work rate as well. But now he's starting to pop up with goals and assists, and that's what we've been crying out for now. So people are actually seeing how influential in the team he actually has been.
Yeah, for sure. Sticking with the Brazilian theme, Anthony's performance. Let's chat about him, lads, because a lot of criticism of lately, a lot of rival fans firing shit back at Anthony. Seems to have dyed his hair today, new look. A few comments on the dye. I'm not going to dive into them. But what did we think of his performance today? I thought he was decent. He obviously, similar thing though, Sam, I don't know if you agree, got into really good positions, but then just over the bar quite a lot in it.
Yeah, he still has that, like, the last couple of games, it seemed like every time he would cut in onto his left and try that bending shot. And I think he did it like 2 or 3 times. In this game, but then later on or in like different parts of the game, he then started to use his right foot, started cutting it back across the goal, started passing and doing sort of one-to-ones with people and intricate play, and he started to play like the guy I've seen at Ajax play, the way he played there, the way he played under at Ten Hag, and all the sort of stuff that I've watched. He started to do that more, and I think that is just, I think Ten Hag is like, I've got Sancho is still working his way back to whatever level of fitness or whatever level of sort of expectation that Ten Hag has of him, because obviously we all expected him to start or at least come off the bench in this game, and he wasn't even in the squad. So I think he's now using this time. It's like, right, Anthony, you've got a free run for the next however many games, and we need to develop you. And he's just playing him into form, playing him. This is the only way you get experience in this league or get used to this league is by playing in it. If you take him out and just don't play, it's going to be the same issue over and over again. But I think, stepped up a lot in performances, was a lot better. I don't agree with the man of the match that they gave to him on ITV. I thought it was a weird decision. I thought Casemiro.
You give it to Anthony?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that.
I thought they should have got Casemiro, but
Yeah.
what do I know? I thought he was decent.
It was
Yeah,
Lee Dixon who gave it.
says it all, doesn't it? Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, better. Hopefully that's the improvement now. Next game improves a little more. Next game improves a little more, and he just keeps going on, and eventually we get the player that we all know that Ten Hag demanded. He came to United. We paid over the odds for him. There's a reason behind it, and Ten Hag hasn't failed us yet. So just got to be patient, man. Just got to be patient.
Yeah, it feels like there's a certain vibe with us at the minute. I'll let you touch on Anthony in a sec, Adam, but it just feels like when I watch us now, there's just a confidence, there's a fizz to how we play, that we're moving it so much quicker, the tempo is so much better, and we're at people, they're at the neck straight away, and we're controlling games, and we look dangerous in every single game. And I think that's why Ten Hag feels a little bit, not risky, but to start a full second stream. Do you remember when Ollie did it in the Cup and we got knocked out by West Ham? Yeah. I feel like he's like, I can't do it. We're in winning momentum at the minute. I can't take them wheels off the thing, because if it stops and I can't get it going again, I think that's what I think. And obviously, as a manager, there's a lot more pressure in them moments as when you think about it.
If he had the squad depth, he would. But we haven't got it.
Yeah.
So.
100%.
Yeah, so Adam, take the floor with Anthony, mate. What did you think? I know in the comment section you was relatively ravey, weren't you?
Yeah, I thought today was probably his most consistent game for us. I thought it was his best game. The only thing he was missing, I think, in his locker was, the finishing the final kind of touch. I know there was one point where the ball was squared, but I think it rolled kind of just up his leg when he went to swing his left foot on it. And he had 2 or 3 times he cut in on his left and just put it over the bar. But I know in the first half there was one really, really good chance and it just went wide. But that's what's expected, of him, especially as a left footer. But what I liked today was he used his right foot a lot more, and it kind of, it made the defender kind of double think as well. Even though his favorite foot is his left, he was kind of at certain points thinking, okay, this guy's kind of doing a bit more on his right now. This wasn't in the game plan. And it opened space. I think the link up between Veghorst was quite good. Wan-Bissaka too was actually doing a lot of overlapping runs, so credit to him. We haven't actually seen that a lot from him. But I thought the two of them played well on the right side. They controlled it. Work rate was there, passing, and I thought the assist was a great assist. He saw the space. Credit to both Brazilians. The weight of the pass was just perfect. If he underhit it, the defender's probably getting it. If he overhits it, it's going out for a goal kick. But he just put the right power and precision into it, and it led to the goal. And fully deserved the assist. I think the only thing missing from his game was the goal, and he probably deserved the goal as well.
That'll come though. You'll get the finishing touches with him in the next couple of games. Just very quickly before we get into the ratings. The last goal that the only goal, they scored. They seemed to get better when the BTEC Nunes went off, but they went and scored a goal. Bit shit because the perfect, well-rounded performance. You won a clean sheet for the defense. What do you think about the goal, Sam?
It's just switching off, innit? Like Adam said earlier, the second string team comes on. Sort of the more first team experienced players. Yeah, just sort of switched off. They were up 3-0. It was 80 something minute they scored?
No, 70th, 72nd, I think it was.
72nd, okay.
Scored.
A bit earlier. Yeah. So we were 3-0 up, and we were probably thinking, we'll be fine. Coasting it, switched off a little bit, which, again, I'm sure Ten Hag got into him when they got in the change room. He definitely had a go at him for that, because I think Adam said in the chat when Terrell Malacia was taking his time with a throw-in, he was shouting at him. So I'm sure Ten Hag will be going in and be like, what the hell was that? Why are you conceding at that point? Yeah. I know we're 3-0 up, but you can't be switching off. But that's the advantage, I suppose, of being 3 goals up. If something like that does happen, you're still all right. You can still win the game. I don't think De Gea had anything to do apart from that. That was he had one save, didn't he, in the first half? Yeah, first half. Was it Hoyle, I think? When Terrell Malacia didn't realise he was right behind him, and the ball comes down, he snatches it off him, and De Gea makes a good save, and then that was it, really. So it is what it is. But
credit for that, because he's done nothing all game, and at the one point he was called he ended up saving our bacon as well, because potentially they go in 1-0 up at half time
Yeah,
if
exactly.
that went in.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out as
I
well,
think
Zoe's Media House. How good was Wout? Played his role perfect. Yeah, Wout Weghorst, very underrated. Played decent as well.
yeah, we're going to get into the ratings. The new rating system now is to be Adam's first one, because I don't believe he's done it yet. So I don't know if you're familiar with it or not. It's now A star to F in terms of the grade, so how you rate him.
Or you, if they were
Yeah,
absolutely
if it's
shocking.
Yeah, if it's a Maguire against Leicester, he's like, remember that game was
Unclassified. You
fucked
can't.
up.
We
You
rate
can't.
the manager
unclassified.
too, are we?
No, no, no.
Well,
After
I don't know.
football.
If you really want to, you can throw him a rating. But this is specifically for the players at the minute. So we'll start off with David De Gea. Didn't manage to keep a clean sheet, but I don't think it was really his fault, was it? To be fair,
No.
so I'll just give him. I don't know. What are we giving him, Sam?
Can you give him an average because he conceded?
But it wasn't his fault. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I'd give him a C. To be fair, just a C.
Yeah,
Steady.
yeah. C made a good save, but then apart from that, didn't really do anything, did he? Like, he didn't have to make anything. So yeah, C for me as well.
Adam?
I think at the point of the game where he made the save, it was important. So I'm probably going to go with a B for him. Like at the one point, that's probably the most important point of the game right before half time. Because as I said just there, they could potentially go in 1-0 up, and it's a different second half then. Because they're defending for their lives, and they were actually blocking shots really, really well in the first half.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if they're winning 1-0, they're parking the bus completely. I know they already done that, but Andy Carroll was playing in CDM, but he's going to be bloody playing a sweeper role at that point.
It's true. Well, we'll give him a
I'm
C.
giving him a B.
We'll give him a C plus. Then we'll meet in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's compromise for you. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, thought that he started off really well on that right hand again. Him and Anthony still not got that full kind of link up you want from both of them yet. There's nice little patches of it, but you can tell there's still a relationship to build on. I would give Aaron Wan-Bissaka, again, I don't think he absolutely stood out. He was good in certain moments, especially with the ball at his feet now. Dribbling, he seems a lot better, a lot more confident.
Overlaps as well. Like, he's doing overlaps now, which you never used to see from him. Like, when he used to play for under Ollie, he'd like get to just past the halfway line and then he'd pass it square and then he'd retreat backwards. Like, you never saw him doing any sort of overlaps. Like, we've seen it from Luke Shaw since he came to United. Like, he does it all the time, but from Wan-Bissaka, I've not seen it. And the last 5 games, he's doing it consistently. So I'd give him, should we go with C plus?
Yeah, that's what I went with.
I think
C plus. I do.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm looking. I think Ten Hag has his eyes on Dallo as his starter. More could develop him into like a Mazraoui type of player. But I think I'm at the point now, as a kind of not really an understudy, but a second choice, Wan-Bissaka. He's looking quite good. I'm actually happy that we didn't, ship him out this month. I thought today, as he pointed out, the dribbling, I thought his passing's a lot better. He just seems a lot more confident on the ball, where he used to be like Bambi on ice. It isn't like that anymore. A lot better control of the ball. Even like crossing now, he's trying to get crosses in. He's picking out people near the penalty spots. So yeah, I think C plus to that.
I think he's got them new rubber grips on the bottom of his boots. It seems like, because his balance is much better. Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire, could we just give them both a C? I just thought
didn't do
anything,
did they? Like, there was nothing.
Yeah, there was don't get me wrong, it might be nitpicking with Maguire, but there was the odd time I'm like, it was falling on his ass. I was like, but you get what you give him.
It's also I don't like Maguire. He seems to. He gets the ball on like the halfway line. He has all this space in front of him, and he seems to go, "Oh, I can run here," and then he starts to run, and then he gets towards like the edge of their box, and then has no idea what he's supposed to do. Stop! I don't know what to do then. And then all the players around it, like Bruno, and are just screaming at him to give him the ball, and he just sort of goes, I don't.
I'm going on an adventure.
Yeah, exactly. He's like Bilbo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just fucking running down. I don't know what part Harry Maguire has to play at Manchester United anymore. I think it's a damning indictment of his time at Manchester United when Eric Ten Hag is playing Luke Shaw as his third choice centre back.
Yeah.
In a team where you've got Rafael Varane, Sandro Martinez, Victor Lindelof, and Harry Maguire, an England international, arguably one of England's best players, and Eric Ten Hag is like, nah, I'll play Luke Shaw as centre back. So I think his days are numbered, and in the summer, he's gone.
Yeah, he stands out like a pink dress at a funeral, than Maguire when he's in a team. He's just not great at all. We're giving so Maguire and Lindelof are giving him a C. Yeah. But fair enough. Malacia, I actually quite like Malacia today. I thought it was tenacious. On the ball, dribbling at times, again, really good. Linking up with Marcus whilst he was on the pitch. So similar to Wan-Bissaka, I'd give him a C+, I think.
I would give him a C- because he was the one who let that Junior Hoylett steal the ball off him because his lapse in concentration almost cost us. Almost cost
lapse
us
concentration. I must have had a lapse concentration because I fucking completely missed that.
It was a.
You were eating your curry. I think you said you couldn't remember the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Did you drop this one on the floor, Nick? Like you have done?
No, I had it like a newborn baby, mate.
Yeah.
Not letting
just
it
like
go. Yeah.
But yeah, he was he was good for most of the game, but that little lapse in concentration, like you need to be on it. You need to make sure because Reading will teams like Reading will snatch that. And like Adam said, we haven't scored at that point. They go in 1-0 up at half time. It's a different game. Zoe's Media House, even though it was offside, did you hear the comments from the commentator when Rashford scored? He said best striker in Europe. Interesting.
He's one of them at the minute and form. It's not even debatable. He is. Like the numbers are there. The way he's performing is there. Him, Saka, and Mbappe in Europe right now, absolutely killing it. Last year, I'll go with your ratings because I've clearly got way too into my seeking myself to not even notice.
He's just like, there's shit going on. Nick was just like,
like naan bread, curry, chicken. Who scored? What?
Something going on there. Football.
Yeah. To be fair though, when you're 3-0 up, you're coasting. It was just one of them games, wasn't it? It was just like, Anyway, C- or C, Adam. I'll let you final kind of thingy on that.
I'll settle in the middle. C.
Okay, we'll go with a C. Casemiro, Chipamiro, Casemiro, Curvamiro. What? A star. It's got to be a star.
It has to be. He was.
Has to be.
2 great goals. Really good defensively. Some fantastic passing at times, and just controlled the entire game. And just made a championship team look like a Northern Premier team, didn't he? At times, like the way Darwin Núñez dived into him, it looked like a Sunday League player just throwing into a tackle. Like they had no idea about ball control or anything, just trying to take him out. And he saw him coming. He's like, "Yeah, I'm getting this dickhead sent off."
If I was one of their midfielders in the team, in Reading's team, like the Tom Ince, obviously Pollence's son or whoever, looking at him, I'd be like, wow, is that really like that's the top of the top, you know what I mean? Like they would have just been watching him. Probably at times just even like having a lapse in concentration himself, going, he's fucking incredible. What a player he is.
There was a fight for his shirt at the end. To get his shirt. It's like,
definitely.
It's fucking mine. It's fucking mine.
I'd be scrapping for, the 93rd minute when everyone's like leaning over towards Casemiro, like, lads,
it's mine.
The old man marking
him.
Yeah, everyone's going for it. Like, what a guy. A star. It's not even an argument, is it, Adam?
No, you can't complain. The guy, we're just running out of words to describe him. It's just I don't think we've had a player as consistent as him in years. Like we've been calling out for it as well for a defensive midfielder for years since Carrick retired. And sure and behold, I don't know how it popped up. That 70 million, 60, 70 million?
60 plus 10, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Something like a bargain. Honestly,
we must owe Madrid another 30 million, Adam.
Yeah. The point is, Madrid are playing Kroos and Modric, who are like mid-30s, 37, 36, I think. Modric
36, 37, aren't they?
Yeah.
36, 37. We could get 5 years out of Casemiro easily.
Possible.
Like at the end of the day, a lot of it is positional play, and his positional play is absolutely
fantastic. He walks,
doesn't
he? He walks about. Like he doesn't even run.
You barely see him run.
Yeah, he never runs.
And it's mad.
Oh, what a guy!
We could get 5 years, but as you said, it's a shame we're not going to get 10 years of it. We could have had 10 years if we signed him a while ago. He probably would have been worth. Oh God,
wouldn't have had 5 Champions Leagues, then though, would he?
I think it was
that thing. Yeah,
I think it was Roy Keane, and people are saying like he was speaking. I think it was on the overlap or something like that, and he was saying what people don't realize, like people like Zidane, people like Pirlo, etc. People say, "Oh, they didn't run." It's like they didn't have to run. They knew exactly where to be, when to be, where the ball was going to go, how the ball was going to be played. The intelligence was so fucking up there. Their football IQ. They didn't need to run. if you see a player marauding and running about, he's in the wrong position. Fred, you see Fred, he just legs it about the pitch like a fucking cat chasing a toy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's just fucking all over the place because his positioning is shit. But he makes up for it because he's rapid and he's aggressive and he can get all the ball, so he makes up for it. Casemiro don't need to do that shit. He knows exactly where the ball is. He knows exactly where to be, when the ball's played, etc. And that's the difference. When you don't have to run and you don't have to sort of wear yourself out trying to get the ball because you know exactly where it's going to be. It's next level. Absolute next level.
He's a general. He actually is a general. Captain material, just like Lisandro Martinez is as well, to be fair. Moving on to the next midfielder, the Danish pastry, Custard Eriksson. How do we feel about his performance? Kind of like, he had a good few opportunities, to be fair.
Yeah.
A free kick that kind of just went wide of the post. I think he had a shot as well that just went wide or just went over. What do we think about his performance, Sam?
One blocked as well, yeah.
Yeah. No, like, I think he's just knackered. Like, I think he's honestly just tired, man. Like, see, he plays really well for about 45, 50 minutes. And then his performance level just, like, dips completely. Like, he's knackered. And I can't blame him because he's pretty much played every single game. Every single game. And again, goes down to squad depth. We have nobody to replace him with. Like, I know Fred came on in the second half, but Fred's a very different player.
You mean Ronaldinho, Sam?
Ronaldinho, yeah. I think he's a very different player, isn't he, to what Eriksson gives. Like, Eriksson gives you that poise, that passing ability, the set piece, etc. Fred doesn't have that sort of thing, so it's a very different.
Like, here and here, aren't there?
Exactly.
So Fred's Eriksson's creativity, experience, fucking physical, runs everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like
cars.
It's like Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. They're both boxers, but totally different styles. You got this pure
range,
aggression, madness, and then just absolute sublime skill, dodging and weaving.
Yeah.
So it's just a very different skill set. And I just think in the summer that needs to be one of the key areas we look at. Striker is number one, and number two is another experienced, well-rounded midfielder in an Eriksson / Casemiro mold. Somebody who could play a 6 or an 8. We need somebody like that. My God, this summer I'm gonna make so many Dion graphics, aren't I?
Baby.
Every news show every week is gonna have Dion on this fucking graphic.
He's coming.
Oh,
Frankie goes to Manchester.
But yeah, I'd give him a C+.
Okay.
I think.
Adam, what do we think? C+, agree with that?
I didn't think C+ today. It's one of those games that's probably most suitable for him. Against kind of like a low block. I think the games when you're looking at against, say, Arsenal, City's maybe not suitable for that sort of game. And that's where we need the other option. Maybe you need a player like, Yuri Tielemans. I think he'll play quite well, but I know we're not going to be going in for him.
We could get
Frankie de Jong.
We could get Tielemans for cheap as well because his contract's up in the summer. He's Premier League proven. You could get him cheap, but
you get him cheap, exactly. And we'd have to sign him now. I don't think we can agree a pre-contract if they're in the same league. I think there's a rule in England for that. Yeah, that's not in the Bundesliga, by the way. That's something I found out recently.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, strange. I don't know why we're not doing that. Well, England aren't doing that. But I'd probably give him a C+ today. He was definitely more suitable in this sort of game. Connecting the play. Had a few chances. Close free kick. I think C+ around that.
We're giving it a C for Christian. Is it a B for Bruno? That's the question. We'll try to do these last ones quick if possible because we're running out of time. Bruno Fernandes. Give me a rating for him, Sam.
Yeah, B. Solid. Got an assist with the last goal for Fred. Did some really good passing. Was aggressive. There was a couple of chances he could have scored as well. But yeah, I thought he had a decent game. It wasn't his best game by any means, but he wasn't awful.
It's a bit better than average, isn't it?
He was above average. Here's a comment you might like, Nick, from Dave Lewis. Barca suppose they need to cut another 150 million or so from their wage budget. I don't think Frankie de Jong wants to leave, though. He's at his dream club, living in sunny Spain with his wife. Would love him to come, though. Yeah.
We'll see. Don't wait. Erik Ten Hag will win a trophy. We'll get top 4. We'll be in the Champions League. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's cooking.
Casemiro
It's
had the
cooking.
sunny sun. And look, he's in
Yeah.
Manchester enjoying
Yeah.
life.
Don't worry. Yeah.
He's,
That's what I'm saying, man.
he's loving rainy Manchester.
Just imagine a midfield, just for a second, of Casemiro, Frankie de Jong, and Bruno Fernandes. That would be elite, absolutely elite. The balance, the class there, like the age profiles of each place, perfect. Literally perfect.
I would love that to happen, and then just see Graham Souness just absolutely tear Frankie de Jong apart, saying he's not a good player.
Yeah.
Oh, he's past his prime. He's left past.
And if
Jamie Carragher, he can't do it in the Premier League though. It's a different game.
if anyone has seen Frankie de Jong for Barcelona this year, he's been fantastic. He's been unreal. I've watched him many a times. He is a guy, mate. I'm telling you right now, get him in that midfield. He'd take Eriksen's spot straight away. No disrespect to the Danish, but I'm telling you now, he would take his spot within a heartbeat because he's that good.
Yep.
So, yeah, we can only dream. We can't give him a rating today. Sorry, Frankie. Maybe when we play you in February, when you come to Old Trafford, we'll give you a little sneaky rating in that game. Right, so Bruno's a B. Are we all in agreement with that? Before we move on, yeah. Anthony, B.
Yeah. I'd give him a B. Yeah, I think he's much improved what he did last couple of games. Started to use his right foot a bit more. Had some really good intricate play. Puts a couple of crosses in, which is what I've been dying for. And yeah, probably could have scored a goal if his finishing was a little better. So yeah. Better, really B for better.
Yeah, room to improve. I think we say with Anthony, innit? He's got a B, but he can push it up to that A. He's got the talent there. Yeah, get an A.
It's like, do you know when you get the school report and it's just like, he's a really intelligent boy. He just doesn't try hard enough.
Yeah, I didn't get the intelligent thing. I just got he needs to apply himself.
I got all the time. He's a really smart lad. He just doesn't try. Like he needs to try, but he's got the intelligence, but he just doesn't bother to try. So
yeah.
I think Adam got a lot of see me after class.
Yeah, can resonate with that. Like, really intelligent lad, but just needs to stop playing with fucking dinosaurs.
He needs to shut the fuck up. He needs to be quiet. Stop talking in class.
He's asking me about ghost stories when I'm trying to teach mice of men in fucking English. I don't know what's going on.
You'd be actually surprised, but as a kid and a kind of teenager, I was very introvert. And now I'm just pure extrovert.
Yeah. Did you discover whiskey
for that long? Yeah.
Is it whiskey? In fact, you got to 18 and went, "Oh, what is this glass of golden goodness?"
Yeah.
What did they call it? The Ishkin Jueha, which is water of the gods in Irish.
There you go.
That's where I found it. That's where I found my voice. But Anthony today, I'd probably give him a B+. I said it's his best performance. I think for us, the only thing he was missing was a goal, and I think he deserved that goal. We're only probably a roll of the ball up the leg away from that goal, and I think people would have said it's a fair kind of people would have said it's a bit of a fair if you give him man the match, but I think hands down it had to be Casemiro for the man the match. But Anthony today, I liked it, just more on his right foot, looked a lot more direct, fast with the ball at his feet as well, and he actually created a lot of space for the overlap as well. He started cutting in, passing it out there, so I was happy with him today. I'd had to go B+.
I've got the perfect segue there from the ball rolling up the leg to the next man we're going to talk about, Mr. Vout with his big dong.
There we go.
Let's get this bit over with, because if we don't get past this, we're going to be here all night. Can we have just a letter, please, for Veghorst, if possible? What would you give him?
D,
please.
The D.
Oh. D+.
You teed that up. Like I had to like okay.
Yeah, the big D.
Do you know when you were playing heads and volleys and someone would just like tee it up and you just had to fucking that's what happened.
That was caught on the lace volley. That was absolute skulls straight up. He was much better today. I see a lot of people praising him.
I'd say C+. I thought his link-up play is really good. Got involved in the play. Wasn't as much as a goal threat as he was last time against who did we play? Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham.
Yeah.
Not
as much as a goal threat, but he was involved in the play. Had a sort of good little relationship with Bruno and Anthony on the right hand side. But you can't argue with it. I thought he was good. I'd go with C+.
Before I break down and laugh at Adam, what would you give him very quickly? Weghorst.
Yeah, I think C+.
So many
link-up play
things.
was really, really good. I think he was robbed of an assist. I think it should have been a goal for that. I know everyone has different opinions, but after what I saw in the Liverpool versus Wolves game, the Salah goal, I think that goal should have stood because the pass wasn't even made for him at the end of the day. So I think it's a different phase of play once the ball goes up and he's there.
I
He's
agree.
actually on side once the ball hits the defender and goes up in the air. And I think you got to give him credit. I think Lee Dixon gave credit for him. The fact that he turned his body to head the ball into the perfect position for Rashford to put it into the net. He just makes the team, especially up front.
Nick's making his own.
Nick's
making his own jokes up.
No, sorry. Go on, sorry. Continue. Sorry, I'm
just in the front line, he makes the whole team look a lot more fluid on the ball. I knew that was coming. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, right. We're giving, what are we giving him, Adam? What are we giving him, please? Thank you. Moving on. Big C for Weghorst.
It's big D.
It could have been a D. It was close, but we'll give him C for Weghorst. And finally, the man who should have got 10 in a row, Marcus Rashford. Again, did like a Rashford performance again. Was just like doesn't really. I know he got on had a run a couple of times and was linking up play and stuff, but he doesn't seem to be involved like really heavily until he scores, and then when he gets a goal, and then it's like, right, I've done my work now. That's it, kind of dusted, done. I don't know what to give him. I'm a little bit struggling because he got a goal. It was offside. Whether it should have been or not, I'm not sure. But his overall performance was all right. I think I'd put him in the same category as Weghorst, to be honest.
Also, he came off quite early as well, didn't he? In the game, what was it? Like 58.
Let me double
minutes,
check that.
60 minutes or something.
He came off at the. Where's his sub? Oh, Weghorst, Casemiro. Oh, 68th minute. He came off a Garnacho.
Yeah. So. I think it was good. Obviously, we can rest him. He's got quite a bit of rest there because he's come off early in the last couple of games. So I think, can we give him a B- because he got involved in the goal, had some good intricate play and stuff like that, but didn't have enough of the impact to that like a Casemiro, Anthony level. Because we give Anthony a B+. So I think I'd say go B- for Rashford.
Adam, you get the decider on it. I was going to give Rashford the same as Weghorst, C+, so you go for it, mate. Whatever you want to.
There were certain points he picked the ball up on the left, and I forget the name of the skill. Is it called the Elastico?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he done that, and he pulled it off, and he sent the defender off to fucking have Sunday ice cream. Like, the guy at this point is just... He's looking a lot more direct. Once he picks up the ball, he's running at defenders, and once he's that confident, I don't think there's many better players, off the left than him in that position in terms of, that kind of left-sided goal scoring forward. I'd probably give him a B-. I think I'm at that point now, B-. I know he created certain chances. He looked really, really good on the left. I really can't fault him today. Like, I know people are going to say, oh, but he didn't do this. But he went off early enough in the game. He got a goal, which I think should have stood. And when he was playing, he looked really, really good on the left. I think their right back had a bit of a mirror up against them for most of the game. So I think B-.
Sign of a good striker. Like, you might not be involved in the game and you might not be that great, but you get a goal. Like,
exactly.
That's all you can ask.
Yeah. Just doing it at a sustainable, a consistent level now. Sorry, you don't want him to be that purple patch kind of thing, but with the way he's playing at the minute, it's a thing. Ten Hag actually said on Rashford, it's a real shame for him about the record. Basically, we had to take him out because there's a lot of games to come, and we need him to keep him fresh. But he deserved this goal, and it is a shame. It is a shame for him.
Again, it's the squad depth. Again, if we lose Rashford, we've got a problem.
Exactly.
We've got a real serious problem.
I just want to end the review with a couple of interesting quotes here. I'm just reading that. So Paul Ince after the game said, "No disrespect, but if we had played United a year ago, we would have felt we could have beat them. Under Ten Hag, he has lifted the whole club. The last 2 or 3 years have been tough for the fans, and it looks like they're starting to bridge that gap." So that's obviously from the opposite manager.
I thought he was going to be a bit salty. Normally, Paul Ince is a bit salty on Man United.
Yeah.
He's not a big fan of us, but that's nice to hear.
Yeah, he said you spend the week thinking, is he going to play about Rashford? Then you see the United team sheet, you think, Jesus is going full throttle here. So, yeah, got on a good win streak at the minute, United. Like, Maguire's last 12 apps is throwing out there that is like, come on. But Casemiro, I want to end it on Casemiro. 6 goal contributions in his last 7 games. He's already got more assists for us than he did for Madrid last season. And I'm pretty sure his goal tally will be getting close to that as well. Yeah. Fantastic. Casemiro, Curvamiro, Chipamiro. Unbelievable today.
Man of the match. Has to be.
Man of the match. Yeah. For sure. And shout out to Erik Ten Hag winning again. Constantly winning at the minute. Only 1 loss to Arsenal in the past. God knows how many games. It's got to be about 12 or 13 games now where we've only lost once. So let's continue that form into the second leg now. We've obviously got Nottingham Forest, haven't we? On the Wednesday. Let's just finish that into a final. Things are looking up, aren't they, lads?
Yeah, it'd be good to see some fringe players, some youth players on next week. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see a Zidane Iqbal. I'd love to see a Garnacho get full game of Palestri. Those kind of guys. If we can see that on Wednesday, I'll be happy. Dave Lewis on Casemiro for a DM. He's a really good attacker. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Got it all. He's got it all. Sorry. Adam, any final words before we go off?
Listen, I think I mentioned it one of my first comments in the live that you were doing. Just every day I wake up and I just thank the Lord that we have Casemiro. And then we get to watch him play many 3 days a week, every 3 days. It's a blessing.
Yeah, Erik Ten God. He's been fantastic. Long may it continue. Now, what day are we on? We're on Saturday. So it's Sunday social for tomorrow, guys. For you lot who are wondering if you're watching it live, I'll watch it later on. And then we'll have the new schedule up on Monday for the rest of the week. Like we said, games coming thick and fast at the minute. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and like the video for more content like this. And I'm sure these lads will be seeing you very shortly as well on the show. So check us out on socials, all that kind of jazz. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Cheers for tuning in.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for pushing us up to 1,071 subscribers today. Appreciate your support on the road to 1,100 and then eventually 10K. So appreciate all the support.
Credit to Nick for doing the live as well, the watch along, getting people from TikTok over. Good to see a lot of places as well, hopefully now.
Also appreciate all the salty comments on the Anthony video. Fucking love it.
I love it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
You just keep pushing our interaction up, keep getting our views up and stuff. We love it.
See you later, guys.
Peace.